This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, we have a look at the lineup for the 2018 WBDC Country Showdown for Thursday evening. Ferdinand residents will soon see a difference in their electrical utilities. We spoke with Steve Becker at last night's Town Council meeting. DuBois County will hold their annual flag disposal ceremony. Kurt Gugzel will be in with a look at sports. And on WJTS Inform, Bill Potter speaks with Jan Dugan, Purdue Extension educator, about electric pressure cookers. All to come on WJTS TV News. Good evening, I'm Jurnee Davis with the news. Residents of Ferdinand will soon see an update to their electrical utilities as the town's 1960-era substation is on track to be modernized in a three-phase project the utility department will oversee. The town council heard from utility department head Steve Becker at last night's meeting. He reported on a planned power outage that took place last month and requested approval to move ahead with replacement of parts and major repairs on the substation. The May outage lasted nearly 6 hours. Crews worked to repair hotspots, clean and replace fittings, and add fuel. Becker said it was not a surprise to have found these issues as the substation was installed in 1967, with some equipment predating that year.
It's a 1967 transformer, and some of the other equipment's older than that, and they tell you, the engineers tell us that life of a sub is about 40 years, 50 years with regular maintenance. So it's lived its life, and then some parts are failing, and we need to take care of that.
The project will focus on phasing out the 4,160 voltage town residents currently see, bringing in the new voltage to 12,470, a common energy power for general populations. Becker says the progress on the three-phase replacement will likely begin after engineers finish and submit their schematics on the project. The annual U.S. flag disposal ceremony, coordinated by the DuBois County Veterans Council, will be held this Friday evening beginning at 7 p.m. at the DuBois County 4-H Fairgrounds. Chris Fleck, president of the DuBois County Veterans Council, says everyone is invited to bring their worn flags to be properly disposed of, no matter the size. All veterans organizations will be represented during this honorable disposal of our U.S. flag. The Pledge of Allegiance will be recited and a ceremony to remember our POWs and MIAs will be held. A bugler will play to the colors and a 21-gun salute will follow to show respect for our country's worn flags. New flags will also be available for purchase at this ceremony. The DuBois County Veterans Council would like to thank the 4-H Council for allowing the use of their facility, DuBois County Block and Brick for supplying blocks for the fire pit, and the St. Anthony Fire Department for providing the safety for this event. Some bleachers will be available, or you may bring your own lawn chairs. For more information, you can call Chris Fleck at 859-302-1477. A trio of charges are pending against a Huntingburg man who authorities say pulled out a window air conditioner in an attempt to gain entry to a Huntingburg home Tuesday evening. Around 10 o'clock last night, officers with the Huntingburg Police Department were called to a home located along the 600th block of North Washington Street, where police say 51-year-old Jerry Frick of Huntingburg was located and allegedly refused to leave. A complainant told police that Frick had taken an AC unit out and attempted to make entry into the home. When police arrived, they found Frick on the front porch, searching through different items on the porch. Talking to the residents, they say Frick had been there before and had been told to leave before and during that evening while attempting to make entry into the house. He was taken to Memorial Hospital in Jasper due to his level of intoxication, where he was then admitted. Police say once he is released, he will be taken to the DuBois County Security Center and booked on charges of felony burglary and theft, and a misdemeanor count of criminal trespassing. A Jasper man police say was to be evicted from his apartment was placed under arrest on drug-related charges Monday evening after police were called to the complex he was living at as backup while his locks were being switched. Around 11 o'clock Monday night, officers with the Jasper Police Department were asked to stand by while management and maintenance changed the locks on an apartment at the Lofts located at the 1300 block of Dewey Street. When police made the scene, they were escorted to apartment 320, where they say several subjects could be heard inside. Also, there was a strong odor of marijuana coming from the unit. Management advised that the occupants of the home had been evicted and were supposed to have been gone by 10:30 Monday night. Maintenance then allowed officers access to the apartment, and upon opening the door, 2 female subjects were located in the kitchen area of the home. Several other suspects were located hiding in a bedroom area, one of which was 18-year-old Christian Northern, who police say was the evicted party who was supposed to have vacated the residence. Police say they found in plain view of the bedroom Northern and others were hiding was a bag that contained a plant-like substance that looked and smelled like raw marijuana. Northern gave officers consent to search the home, and they also located another baggie of a plant-like substance that looked and smelled like raw marijuana, and they also located a set of digital scales. Northern told officers that the suspected marijuana was his. He was placed under arrest on charges of possession of marijuana, possession of paraphernalia, criminal trespass, and maintaining a common nuisance. He was then taken to the Jasper Police Department. Once at the station, police say the suspected marijuana was field tested and weighed. They say one of the bags contained 28.3 grams and the other contained 3.9. It was field tested and resulted positive as marijuana. A Spencer County woman, already in police custody for an alleged shoplifting incident at a Jasper retail store Monday evening, had an additional charge levied against her, after authorities say she became belligerent and combative while on her way to jail. Around 10 p.m. Monday, officers with the Jasper Police Department were dispatched to the Northside Dollar General store in reference to a theft. When officers arrived, store employees told police that 30-year-old Tina Best of Chrisney had been taking items from store shelves and putting them in her purse and attempted to leave the store without paying. The value of the items was nearly $91. While en route to the DuBois County Security Center, police say Best became combative and had to be restrained to keep from flailing her arms and legs. Upon arrival at the security center, police say Best had a possible medical issue and was taken to Memorial Hospital by EMS. They say while at Memorial, she continued to be combative. Best was eventually taken back to and booked into the DuBois County Security Center on charges of theft and resisting law enforcement. With 35 counties having declared local emergencies following severe flooding earlier this year, the Office of Attorney General Curtis Hill and the Indiana Department of Homeland Security are warning residents to be aware of storm chasers and other scammers. Storm chasers are companies that target communities after severe weather events and sell their services to repair damaged homes and other property. These individuals typically will conduct door-to-door sales in storm-ravaged communities, urging consumers to immediately sign contracts with their companies. They often promise to assist consumers in negotiations with insurance companies at little to no out-of-pocket cost to the customer. Some companies may seek immediate down payments for future work. Hoosiers should be wary of such operations, as these crews may perform sub-quality work or even fail to perform the work at all after receiving payment. In April 2017, Hill launched the Double Check Before You Write a Check campaign to remind Hoosiers to take steps to protect themselves from becoming victims of storm chasers. Indiana Department of Homeland Security Executive Director Brian J. Langley also cautioned residents to exercise sound judgment. A major disaster declaration was issued on May 5th for Indiana for flooding that occurred February 14th to March 4th. This included 9 counties that qualified for individual assistance and 27 counties that qualified for public assistance. Since then, more than $2.2 billion has been authorized to help citizens and local governments restore and rebuild. Anticipation and excitement is higher than ever as aspiring country music artists prepare for the 37th annual WBDC Country Showdown, held at the Jasper Arts Center Thursday, June 7th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 13 acts will be taking the stage in this year's showdown, including Greg Furman of Jasper, Darcy Lorraine of Jasper, Justin Rote of Jasper, Elizabeth Culp of Paducah, Kentucky, Robert Reitman of Celestine, Hannah Combs of French Lick, Aaron Summer of Tell City, Tony Patrick of Cloverdale, Chloe of Jasper, Rodney Watts and Julie Garcia in band of Southern Indiana, Bethany Yateman of Evansville, Regal Family Band of Muncie, and Rick Van Winkle of Newburgh. Radio station WBDC is proud to once again be hosting the Country Music Talent Search with a chance for a local artist to win over $1,000 in cash and prizes. Tickets will be $8 at the door of the Jasper Arts Center. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the show will begin at 6:30. Limited seating is available. Stay with us. Coming up, we have your weather forecast, sports with Kurt Guzell, and Bill Potter will be speaking with Jan Dugan about electric pressure cookers here on WJTS.